Good morning, girls. So, the next topic we are going to see is arrays in Java. So, what are arrays in Java? So, you would have studied in Python and C. So, array is a subscripted variable. So, in array, in a single name, we will store multiple values. Okay, single name will have multiple values, but all the values should be of same data type. If it is an integer array, that array should contain all integer values only. If it is a string array, the array will contain all the strings only. So it cannot have different data types. So similar data types only can be stored in an array. Okay, so this array, the data type of the array can be a primitive type. So primitive type is nothing but the fundamental data types, that is int, float, double, string, char. So all these are the primitive data types. Okay, and as well as the array also can be a object reference. So we can also create, what is an object? Object is a variable for a class. We create a class, after that we create object for the class. So we can also create array of objects. Okay, that only they are telling here as object reference. Okay, so this array is array in Java, everything is a class. Okay, everything is considered as a class. Every object is considered as a class. So for example, if we are writing a Java program, so in Java program we will be using different statements, different data types, okay, different functions. So everything is stored under a packages. Different packages holds these type of methods. So array is stored in which type of package? Means java.util. So java.util package use arrays internally in their functioning. Okay, so next features of an array. Arrays are objects. So each array is an object. They can even hold a reference variable of other objects. They are created during runtime. They are dynamic, created on the heap. The array length is fixed. So when you are declaring an array, so the array should have a fixed length. So array of 10, A of 10, B of 10. So the number you are giving within a square bracket is the length of the array, and whatever the number you are giving, that is the size of the array. So the size of the array is fixed. Okay, so array can be created either during runtime or compile time. So in Java, so in other languages we can create, we have to define the size of the array during compile time. That means when we are writing the program, then that time itself we should give the size of the array. Whereas in Java we can also use empty square bracket, and the size of the array can be defined during runtime. So that during runtime, when we are executing the program, so we will give the value for the size. That time only we will give the size of the array. So that is called dynamic array. Okay, so for array they have shown a diagram. So array, the variables are stored in a continuous location, contiguous location. So suppose array is A, array name is A. So you have given A of 10, means A of 0 to A of 9 values will be stored continuously. Okay, A within bracket 0, within square bracket 0 up to A within square bracket 9. The values will be stored from the first location to the last location, that is continuous location. Okay, so that only they have given here as a diagram. So 40, 55, these are the values, and below that in green they have marked 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 8. That is the indexes of the array. Okay, so index. So index of the array denotes the each location of the array value. Okay, that means it is stored in every separate location, but all the locations collectively will come under a same variable name. Okay, if the array name is, suppose student, means student of, here the array size is 9, 0 to 8. So array size is 9. Then 9 values will be stored continuously, one after the another. Next, how to declare an array. Okay, it is similar to other programming languages. So syntax for declaring an array. So you can give the data type. square bracket, then you can give the array name. Second type, data type space square bracket array name. So the square bracket can be either with the data type or before the array name, okay, after the data type or before the array name. Otherwise, the simple method normally we will use is data type, array name, then at the end we will give the square bracket, okay. Data type, array name, at the end we will give the square bracket. So what is data type? It can be a primitive data type. So primitive data type means int, char, double, byte, etc. or Java objects, okay, or it can be any Java objects. That means it can be a class variable. So array name, it is an identifier. So as we are giving name for the variable name, so we can also give name for the array. So it is an identifier. For example, double square bracket data. So data is the name of the array. So this array can be also declared in different ways. Double data at the end square bracket also we can write. Here data is an array that can hold values of type double. It is an array of the type double, okay. So how many elements can array hold? Okay, so to define the number of elements, so we have to define how many elements an array can hold. So what should we do? We have to mention the size of the array. So the size of the array will tell how many the data it is going to hold, okay. So they have given an example, double data equal to new double, within square bracket they have given 10. That means the size of the array is 10. Then the index will be from 0 to 9. Okay, so first statement, double square bracket data they have given, that is declaration of an array. The second statement, data equal to, so data is the array name. So the first line you have declared the variable data as array. Okay, for that array you are creating a locations. So when you are declaring the array, so when you have when they have declared the array, the locations are not allocated for the array variables, array values. Whereas when they are writing the second statement, data equal to new double square bracket 10 kudukranga illaya, appada it allocates memory. Okay, here the array can store 10 elements. So the length of the array will be 10. So in Java we can declare and allocate memory of an array in a single statement. Okay, single statement also we can write. So in the previously we have given two statements, double data nu one kuduthirkom, adutha line la data equal to new double of 10 nu kuduthirkom. Adu illama ore line la ezhudalam, double square brackets data equal to new double 10. So how to initialize an array? So we have seen how to declare an array and how to allocate memory for an array. Now we have to learn how to initialize an array. So initializing means giving values to an array. Okay, so they have given array. Okay, to initialize an array, so int square bracket. So here the array age is of type int. So previously we have created array of double. Okay, here we are creating the array of integers. So int square bracket age equal to, within curly brace we have given 1 2 3 4 5. So the values for the array we have given. Okay, so here the size of the array is not mentioned. Okay, so the size of, we can also leave the size of the array, that is acceptable in Java. Okay, note that we have not provided the size of the array. In this case, Java compiler automatically specifies the size by counting the number of elements in the array, that is 5. In Java, array, each memory location is allocated with a number. The number is known as array index. So we can also initialize arrays in Java using index number. Okay, so to initialize the array we need to have an index number. Okay, so for example they have given first line they have declared the array. Second line, from second line they are initializing array. A of 0 equal to 12, A of 1 equal to 4, age of 0 equal to 12, age of 1 equal to 4, age of 2 equal to 5, age of 3 equal to 2, age of 4 equal to 5. Okay, so they have given the array specification, array representation. So 12, 4, 5, 2, 5. This is the array values, and the index are age of 0, age of 1, age of 2, age of 3 and age of 4. So how to access the array elements? So now we know to initialize the array, how to give values to the array. Now we are going to learn how to access the array elements. So to access the array elements also we need the index value. Okay. So access array elements, suppose we want to access the third value of the array, then we have to give array of 2 because the array index is starting from 0. So third value will be accessed with the index value 2. Okay. So example, access array elements, I have given a program. So class main, public static void main, the second statement, then int age, okay, equal to, we have assigned values for the array age. Then from the next line, system.out.println accessing elements of an array. System.out.println within quotes first element plus, so plus is the concatenation element. So sum equal to, the value has to be displayed, no, for that only we have given plus symbol. Plus symbol is the concatenation operator here. So first element age of 0. So likewise we have printed all the values of the array age. Age of 0, age of 1, age of 2, age of 3 and age of 4. So the output is given below. So next, so here to initialize an array or to print the access the values of each element of an array, we have specified the index value. So without specifying the index value also we can access the individual element of an array using loop. Okay, so the next program specifies how to access the array without with the index using looping statement. Okay, so class main, then next second line public static void main. Then we have created an array of int age equal to 1, 12, 4, 5. Okay, so system.out.println using for loop for I equal to 0, I less than age dot length. So age is the array name, dot length. So age dot length will give the size of the array. Here the size of the array is 3, that the index will be 0 to 2. Okay, so I equal to 0 we have started, and the final value, how many times the array has to be repeated, this depending on the size of the array. So age dot length will give the size of the array I plus plus. So system.out.println age of I. So age of I will be printed. Okay, so 1, 2, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 4, 5. So 4 values. That means index value will be from 0 to 3. Okay, 4 values. So there in the first line int age equal to 12, 4, 5 it is given. So you put a comma after 1. So 4 values. So the output you see 1, 2, 4, 5. So there are as we know, two types of array is there, single dimensional array and multi-dimensional array. Single dimensional array means it will have only one dimension. So only one square bracket we will have. So it can be either a single row or a single column. Okay. Multi-dimensional array means it is a table of values. It will have rows and columns. So you have a row value and a column value. So single dimensional array with a single dimension is called one dimensional array. So how will we declare? Data type array name square bracket. Okay. Example, int array is the array name. So we have declared the array. Second line, int array equal to new int of 20. So allocating memory to the array. So next program you see, class test array public static void main int excuse me, a equal to a square bracket equal to new int of 5. So we are allocating memory, that is instantiating, declaring and instantiating. Okay. So next, from next line we are initializing array a of 0 equal to 10, so up to a of 4 equal to 50. So initializing. Next, traversing array. So traversing through the array is for that we are using looping for loop statement. So int I equals 0, I less than a dot length. So a is the array name, dot length will give the size of the array. So here the size of the array is 5, 0 to 4, that is 5, I plus plus. Okay. So within the for loop, so we have given system.out.println a of 5. So we are printing the array values. So our output array value is printed. See, when you write a program, the curly braces has to be opened and closed properly. So at the top, class test array. So class name you have given. Then a curly brace is open. Then public static void main is a compulsory statement. You have to write as it is. Then after that also you should have opened a curly brace. then you are declaring an array, initializing an array, then traversing means going through each value. So each value we are printing, no, that only we are telling it as a traversing an array. Then since we have opened two curly braces, the curly braces are closed. Okay, so as we are passing values to a function, we can also pass array to a function. Okay, so we can pass the Java array to a method so that we can reuse the same logic on the same array. So let us see the simple example to get the minimum number of an array using a method. So what we are going to do in the program, we are going to find the minimum value in an array. So an array will have set of values. In that we are going to find which is the smallest value. Okay, so class test array 2. So test array 2 is a class name. Okay, so in that we have declared the method first, static void min. In min we are going to find the minimum value, that is smallest value, min. So min have an argument, so int array with a square bracket. So min is the method name or function name. A function has an argument int array, so array argument. So when we are having an argument, for that argument we have to pass the value from the main program. Okay, here if we have given the method or a function, main program will be returned within after the public static void main. Okay, so in void min, so what we have done, you see, int min equal to array of 0. So array of 0 will give the first value in the array. So first value will be assigned to a variable min. Okay, then after that, in a for loop, I equal to 1, I array less than array dot length, so length of the array as a final value. So how many times we have to repeat? For that we need to know the size of the array. So I plus plus. So here we are comparing the value in min. So min la enna value irukku, array yoda first value irukku. So on the first value next value oda compare pandrom. Okay va? So if min value is greater than the next value of in an array, then what we will do, we will assign the greater than na enna artham, min la current ah irukra value vida second value சின்னதா இருக்கணும் அர்த்தம். So சின்னதா இருந்ததுனா சின்ன value, smallest value has to be assigned to min. So min equal to AF5. So this will be repeated till the last value. If the value is not greater than, min value is not greater than the array's next value, then it will not be assigned. Okay, so we will go and skip the line and it will go to the next iteration of the for loop. Okay, now you go to the main part of the program, public static void main. So here only we have assigned values for the array. So array A has a 33, 3, 4, 5. So 4 values are there. So we are calling the method min of A. So A is the array name. So when you are passing an array to the functions, you need not specify the square bracket, just we are giving the name of the array. Okay, since we have declared it, so when the compiler goes through the variable A, it will understand this is an array value. Okay, but when you are declaring the method, in method you have to specify the square bracket. Okay, so that is a single dimensional array. So far whatever we have seen, next is multi-dimensional array. So multi-dimensional array will have a row value and column value. So different types of array declaration method as we have given for the one dimensional array. Okay, and here also we have given how to declare and instantiate the multi-dimensional array and how to initialize the value for the multi-dimensional array. So there we have specified one dimension, here two dimensions. So A of 0 means, so for the first row, A of 0 means, A of 0 will have, since we have declared the array 3, 3. So it is a 3, 3 matrix. Okay. So 3, 3 matrix means row 0 will have 3 values, row 1 will have 3 values, row 2 will have 3 values. Okay. So here 3 by 3 means the index will be from 0 to 1. Okay. So 0 row will have 0, 1, 2. 1 row will have 0, 1, 2. 2 row will have 0, 1, 2. So 3 rows and 3 columns. So for that we have assigned values. Okay. So example of multi-dimensional array they have given, class test array 3, public static void main. So int ARR, so 2-dimensional array without any size is given, and for the values we have assigned, just you see. So the columns are separated with the bracket, again an inner curly brace. Okay, and you need to have a 2 for loop for the 2-dimensional array for I and for j. Okay, for I, for the row value, for j will have a column value. So when I equal to 0, j has to be repeated 3 times. So when row equal to 0, so column 0, column 1, column 2. So 3 times j has to be repeated. Then again, when after repeating 3 times, again the control will pass to the outer loop, that is I loop. Again I will be incremented to 1. When I becomes 1, again j will be executed for 3 times. J of 0, j of 1, j of 2. Okay. So I value will be incremented when j is incremented for 3 times. Okay. So since we have given j loop inside the I loop. So nested for loop we have given here. So we are printing the values of the matrix, 2-dimensional array. So it is a 3 by 3 matrix. So the output for the 3 by 3 matrix is given. Okay. So next the advantage and disadvantage of an array. The advantage, array can store multiple values in a single variable. Array are fastest compared to the primitive data type. We can store objects in an array. Member of the array are stored into a consecutive memory locations. Okay, these are the advantages. So continuous memory locations store pannalam. Easy to access a set of values of the similar data type. Okay. So disadvantage அப்படினு பார்த்தோம்னா, so it is as a fixed size. So fixed size தான், என்ன இத்தனை values assign பண்ணுறோமோ அந்த size வந்து fixed ஆகிடும். In between, so in the middle of the program, if you want to change the size of the array, you cannot change it. So we cannot increase or decrease the size of the array. In array, memory wastage can be more. Suppose you may not know the real size of the array. You would have written a of 100 ன்னு கொடுத்துருக்கீங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோ. அப்போ 100 locations will be allocated for the array. But most of the time we will be using only 20 or 30 locations. And the remaining locations will be wasted. So in an array, memory wastage can be more. We can store similar data type item only. So integer na, all the data items should be of integer data type. If it is of double, all the data type should be a double data type. So different data types cannot be stored in an array. So while adding or removing items in the middle of an array affects the performance of the array. Suppose we want to insert a value or delete a value, it is very difficult in an array. These are the disadvantage or limitation of an array. Okay, I hope you would have understood. So for that, in the evening I will ask you questions. So what is the definition for an array? What are two different types of an array? How to declare an array? How to instantiate, that is allocate memory location for an array? How to initialize an array? And how to pass an array to a function? Okay. So how to access or traverse through the array or access each value of an array. So how to declare 1-dimensional and 2-dimensional, and just to go through the program. Okay, evening I may ask you to write different programs. Okay, so we will see it in the next class.